Watch fans, today we're going to be looking at a brand that I personally have a connection of love to. As a former Breitling captain, this brand is one that I more than thoroughly enjoy. It grew on me, and it was actually one of my first luxury watches before even becoming a jeweler or getting into the watch industry or anything else. But this Breitling Premier Tourbillon is one for the ages. I love what Breitling did on this one. They paid full homage to the actual creators of the company, and with the rich history that it gives, I feel like to do that on a tourbillon was more than amazing. I would definitely take a moment just to say thank you for how you actually did it, because this was absolutely perfect, and I don't think that the Breitling family could have loved it or had it done even better than what you did. A company that's been around since 1887, yes, 1887, Breitling has done a lot of amazing things. One of the features that they actually have on this particular watch is going to be the chronograph. Yes, Breitling created the first chronograph pusher. Now, you'll have a lot of people who say what they invented and what they brought to the watch game. However, this is a proven fact. The original one pusher, they actually created. And they actually have it in this watch, and they are using the 2-button where you have start and stop at top, and then of course reset at the bottom. But I love the way that everything is placed perfectly. They actually gave the second hand area, which we're normally used to seeing, right? At 6 o'clock, that's where we would actually see the running seconds on most chronographs. On this one, it's a 60-minute counter. So again, when you do pusher, top pusher, it's going to start it. You'll see the large hand that we grew up being taught was a second hand, which is now your timing hand. That hand will begin to sweep completely across the movement itself. But that 60-minute counter is down bottom, so I get the full 60 minutes. So a lot of people would say, well, where's the second hand? The tourbillon actually acts and presents itself too, where you can use it as a second hand. If you look at the points on the 3 columns, they're actually going to give you all of those things that you need, and it's in perfect balance. Now, a lot of people would then ask, well, what is a tourbillon? Tourbillon is definitely one of those things that we never think of, or how necessary it is, especially for the time frame and the things that were going on in the world during that time. Tourbillon, originally created in the late 1700s by Breguet, was actually added into the watch, and it was a nautical feature. That was one of those things that we really needed. Originally created for a pocket watch, it will be moved into the watches then later, because remember, most of our goods were transported how? By boat. So this was extremely important for us, because the gravity actually changes, and the push and the pull that you would actually get on sea would actually make it where the watches did not run correctly. So by having the tourbillon in the watch itself, it allowed that gravitational pull to actually be released so that the watch could run more accurately. That was a huge deal. And a lot of people go, well, you know, that's nice. It was created by boat. But remember, most things in the world were definitely centered around the fact that boats were transporting our goods around the world. Even so much too, a lot of people don't know that that's the purpose of hotels. The hotel was invented so that you could actually watch the ships pass by. That was its original purpose. Even though now we use them for travel and so many other things, that was how important that industry was. So for it to be inside of a watch and moved into this Breitling that is definitely paying homage to the Breitling family, it is more than fantastic to see. I am absolutely in love with this color, which is 1 of 10. 1 of only 10. That is something that is definitely hard to beat, because we're not saying 10 in America, we're saying 10 in the world. And these are actually broken down by colors. So you do have rose gold, white gold, and platinum. That actually is going to represent Leon, Willie, and Gustav, which are actually the creators of Breitling itself, who have pushed it forward for so many years. And when you do that in a watch that the company, even though created in 1887, would be sold for the first time to an outsider who was not in the family in 2017, that's a big deal for them to go back and say, when we do our tourbillon, we're not only going to do the tourbillon, but we're going to pay homage to those who paved the way for us. And that is the thing that you get in this watch. We have it right here at SwissWatchExpo. The price is absolutely amazing on this watch right now. It's going to be a lot less than what you would find at retail, but that's what SwissWatchExpo does for you. We find those amazing rare pieces and give them to you in pristine conditions that you will not find other places. But we want to know what you think about this watch here at Swiss Watch Expo in the comments below.